This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 11 Vegas spread picks, making you guys money every single week. And we did it again. 5-2 on Patreon. I got to tell you, I'm getting tired from victory lap after victory lap. And to the YouTube users, thank you for checking out my short where I changed the pick to the Patriots money line against the Bears. Let's get this money. Week 11, slam the damn like button. First game, we're going to Soldier Field. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. The Bears. -6 for Green Bay. I got to go Green Bay to win in the cover. I don't like the fundamentals of it, but you want to know what I like? I like getting against Caleb Williams. And we saw the offensive coordinator fired. He was the sacrificial lamb. But I've been saying since preseason, Caleb Williams is just not that dude. Drake May is that dude. Jaden Daniels is that dude. And when I watch Caleb Williams, firstly, he holds the ball too long. Secondly, he is shot for confidence. And also, you look at Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, they're not even running routes anymore. They're jogging. They look like me out there. They've lost confidence in the kid, and I've never had confidence in him. And I know Jordan Love, man, he's been topsy-turvy this year, but here's how you attack the Bears defense. You don't want to throw it against them a lot. You want to get in two tight end sets, and you want to pound them. You want to run the ball, and you want to be tougher than them. And you're looking at a Bears team, I just don't know how much fight they have left. Packers, after a bye week, maul the Bears in Soldier Field. And I just want to go back to what I said. I'm not in love with the fundamentals here, but I think the Packers off a bye week speak stronger. And you got to get against Caleb Williams. Packers to win in the cover. And shout out to you guys who told me that me picking the Patriots was crazy. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. Bills -2.5. Money, money, money. Money. Bills winning the cover. I have to do it. And I know someone at home is yelling to the screen, Lawson, you said you don't want to bet Chiefs games. I don't. But I have to get against the Chiefs, and we've been getting with the Bills the last 4 weeks, and we got to dip our hand back in this cookie jar. I just feel like the Bills are the better team. Do I think they're going to be a better team come January when the weather's cold? No, but I think the home field advantage in Ralph Wilson Stadium is a big advantage here, and I'm looking at a Chiefs offense. Do they have an identity? Do they have any rhythm? And I don't think so, man. I don't think Mahomes is playing well at all this year. His arm hasn't been all that great. His scrambling has been the best ever. But I think against a Bills defense that is gritty, is well coached, I just can't see Mahomes making too many big plays. And when it comes down to a game like this is going to be tight. This isn't going to be for the faint of heart. This isn't going to be the shootout the TV networks like. But I think it comes down to one simple thing. Which team do you trust to run the ball better? And I trust the Bills to run the ball better as well. And this doesn't really get me reacting but man, the Chiefs were terrible against the Broncos, and they were lucky to win this game. And I'm looking at a Bills team that is trending up, and I feel like they have more confidence in this game. And if you make me choose between Mahomes, Josh Allen, I'm going Josh Allen right now. Josh Allen is taking care of the ball this year, and I just feel like he's making bigger plays. Amari Cooper should be back. I think that's the difference. Bills winning cover, make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. Browns +1. Browns winning the cover. Listen, that was fun last week with the Saints. Credit to them. Made me look like a doofus with the Atlanta pick. Made a lot of people look dumb. But I think the Browns come in this game, and I still think the Saints offense is decimated. And when you don't have guys like Olave at wide receiver, guys like Shaheed at wide receiver, that's going to make a difference against the Browns defense that is competitive. I'm not sure about the Browns' motivation level. That's why you can't bet it. But overall, when I look at this game, I feel like the Browns are the better team. I also feel like the Browns have the better quarterback. Now, Carr responded last week, and I felt like Carr would put in a gut-wrenching performance. We got to give him credit. But overall, the Browns are the better team. I think they run the ball better this game. I think they pass the ball better. The Saints team is still decimated injury-wise. Give me the Browns to win in the cover. Next game, we're going to Foxborough. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the New England Patriots. Rams minus 4.5. Listen, we got against the Rams last week, but I'm back on the Rams. Minus 4.5, winning the cover. I have been liking what I'm seeing out of the Patriots. I absolutely love Drake May. It's not even about the arm talent. It's not even about the big plays. I just like his moxie. I like his verb. I like his toughness in the pocket. But you're looking at a Rams defensive line that is young, hungry, vicious, and relentless. You got guys like Fist. You got guys like Verse. And what's the big weakness of the New England Patriots? It's that offensive line. I just don't know if this Patriots offensive line can be competitive enough. And I do think this is an Alamo situation for the Rams. Season's on the line. If they lose this game, they're going to regret it. It is their season on the line, especially with the 49ers winning, especially with the Zona Cardinals winning. And eventually, McVay's got to get this offense trending in the right direction. They were absolutely pathetic against the Seahawks, and they were even worse against the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Patriots defense did respond last week, but Caleb Williams is a lot different than Matt Stafford with his back up against the wall. I think when you put a guy like Matt Stafford against the wall, he comes out clawing and scratching like a raccoon. Give me the Rams to win in the cover. I just feel like they're better on their offensive line, better on the defensive line. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens minus 3. Money, money, money. Money. It's an uncomfortable week. Every single year, guys, you guys always remember when this matchup happens, when it's at Heinz Field, Ackershire, or whatever they're calling it now. Whenever we have this matchup, it's normally we go Steelers plus 3.5 and money pick, but we're going the other direction. Give me the Ravens to win in the cover. Now, we got to give the Steelers credit for what they did against the Commanders last week. Do I think I was on the wrong side? No, I don't. I really don't. But we still have to give the Steelers offense credit. But I don't think they can take advantage of this Ravens defense. One thing this Ravens defense does well is they stop the run. They get in their run fits. And I'm not sure the Steelers offense is sophisticated enough in the pass game to really take advantage. Now, Pickens is playing good. Russell Wilson is playing good. We saw Mike Williams absolutely win that game against the Commanders. But what you have to do against this Ravens defense, you have to go 3, you have to go 4 wide, and you have to spread them out, and you have to sling it, and that's just not the Steelers' MO. But you want to know what is the MO? The Ravens offense. It's the best offense in this league, and I've been telling you guys the whole year, I was wrong about this Steelers defense. Is it a top 5 defense? Yes, but I don't think it's a dominant defense. I think you can run the ball, and I think this is a game where Derrick Henry makes the difference. This is the type of guy this Ravens team just didn't have in previous editions, and I've been telling you guys the whole year, finally people are waking up and opening those eyelids. This is Lamar Jackson's best season. The record's not the best, but this is the best football he's had. I think the Ravens win by 10 points. I know this is a game you got to tread lightly. I know Tomlin at home against the Ravens normally means the Steelers winning an ugly game that you want to hide the kids from. But this Ravens team is different. They're propelling. This is the Ravens year. Ravens winning the cover. Make it a damn money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Get on Patreon. Link in the description. 5-2 last week. We've been slinging these picks like crazy. Next game, Thursday night football. We got the Washington no-names at the Philadelphia Eagles. Commanders plus 3.5 Commanders cover. Eagles win. I wish I didn't have to pick this game. I'm higher on both teams than most people. Commanders have won us a ton of money this year. Eagles have won us a ton of money this year. I think the Eagles win by 2 points here with a late field goal. Listen, man, that Commanders defense did fail a little bit against the Steelers, but I was impressed with what they did against the run. But I do think the Eagles run the ball better this game, and that's what gives them this slight odd. But I want to just tell you guys something. I feel like this Commanders offense is not slowing down. They had opportunities to shut the book on the Steelers, and they just didn't take advantage. I wish I had more science in this game, but I feel like the Commanders, I dare I say it, I know they don't have the two great receivers the Eagles have. I know they don't have Saquon Barkley, but I feel like the Commanders have a fighting chance, and I feel like they'll cover because they're getting the better quarterback play, and Hurts tried to toss our money pick away against the Cowboys. Give me the Commanders to cover, Eagles to win. I don't have a lot of science, boys. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. Colts plus 4. Colts cover, Jets win. You just don't know what you're going to see out of the Jets. Like, we kind of know what we're going to see out of the Colts. They're not good defensively. They're not good offensively. Maybe the Colts will run the ball well. I think the Colts run the ball well against the Jets. But I do think the Jets will have more offense, more consistent offense, and they'll make the bigger plays. It's just, you cannot seriously bet this Jets team at this point. They've been absolutely pathetic. And I got to tell you guys, I've been watching football since I was 5 years old. So what does that make me? I've been watching football 28 years. I feel like that performance on the road against the Cardinals might have been the worst performance I've ever seen out of any football team. And I've seen my Minnesota Vikings lose 48-0 to the Giants, okay? So I've seen some bad stuff. I've never seen anything quite like the Jets against the Zona Cardinals. I'm going Colts to cover, Jets to win. If you bet this, you have serious problems. Call the number, get some help. Next game, we got my Minnesota Vikings at the Tennessee Titans. Titans plus 6. Money, money, money. Money borderline. This is nasty. This is slimy like the Panthers to cover last week. It's slimy. It's dirty. But give me the Titans to cover. That's the money pick. I think the Vikings win late with a field goal. I'm worried about Sunshine Sam Darnold. If you look at the Vikings offense the last 4 weeks, 20-20, they're the best offense in the league. But once they get into the red zone, Sam Darnold is an absolute liability. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know where he's throwing the ball. And yes, you do worry about motivation from the Tennessee Titans in this game. You do worry about Callahan. Him and McDonald with the Seahawks have been absolutely pathetic as first-year head coaches. They are huge liabilities. But I still think this Titans defense is very good, especially against the run. And the Vikings have been running it very well, but I do think there's limits to that. I think you should sit back. I think you pound the box, and I think you let Sam Darnold beat you, and I think he'll throw a few to the Vikings. Now, you got Will Levis on the other side against the Flores defense. Obviously, that's not an equation you like, but I think we see an ugly game like the Vikings played against the Jags. Vikings will be able to win this. Vikings will be able to outlast the Titans, but I do think we see a Titans performance. And if you look at the talent, man, I feel like this Titans team is one of the true underperformers this year. I think they have their day. I think they lose by a field goal. Titans cover, borderline money pick. Vikings win late. Next game, NFC West. We got the Seattle Seahawks at San Francisco 49ers. Hawks plus 6.5. Hawks to cover. 49ers to win. If the Hawks were a better coach team, I think the 49ers will be on upset alert. Man, I know everyone's talking about the 49ers got screwed by the refs and they missed 3 field goals against the Bucs, but I just feel like this 49ers team, they're not the same. And you can't trust them to lay points even when they're at home against a Seahawks team that is sloppy, a Seahawks team that can't stop the ball. Geno Smith, he's playing great 20-20. Once he gets in the red zone, he'll throw more interceptions than Sunshine Sam Darnold. But I do think the Hawks keep it close. Fundamentals, division game, and the Hawks coming off a bye week, there should be a better performance. The Hawks aren't necessarily eliminated yet. And like I said, man, I just haven't been high on this 49ers defense the whole year. Outside of Bosa, who's really making a difference? Outside of Bosa, who on this defensive line is winning battles? Yeah, you got Warner. Yeah, you got Bosa. But I feel like you can get at the secondary. I feel like you can exploit this team. Seahawks can't stop the run, and that's why the 49ers win the ball game. But I got the Hawks to cover. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Miami Dolphins. Raiders plus 7.5. Phins to win in the cover. I think the Phins win big here. Now, this is a different Phins offense, and that was a nice money pick against the Rams. I'm still concerned about it, but I told you, Mike McDaniel's off tilt. He's found a formula to work with a bad offensive line and work with Tua, who just isn't too comfortable. And when you talk about the Raiders, you have a quarterback position that is just a pure liability. And you look at this Phins defense, and I've been telling you the whole year, they're underrated and they're playing with heart and gusto. I'm not sure the Raiders are able to run the ball. And so that comes down to the Raiders quarterback position, which is absolutely terrible. I get the Raiders off a bye week, but we got a Phins team that is finding a little bit of life. I felt like they just needed to get a win. They needed to get a performance under their belt. I feel like they're trending up. They look pretty good against the Cardinals. They looked a lot better against the Bills, and they were able to take care of business against a good Rams team. Give me the Phins to win in the cover. I'm not sure we're going to get the big plays we're accustomed to, but I think this will be a methodical game. Phins win by 10 points. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Detroit Lions. Jags plus 13. Lions win in the cover. Dude, listen, man, I hate this. And listen, I was right about the Texans covering last week, but there was very little science. It's just I don't want you buying high on Detroit. But if you do lay 13 with Detroit, I won't be mad. I feel like this Jags defense has played really well the last 3 weeks. They are getting better, and they are showing fight, but there's limits to the shit. When you got Matt Jones at quarterback, and you got a Detroit defense that plays tight man-to-man, that will get into the passing and throwing lanes, you worry about Matt Jones in this game. I did see some encouraging signs for Matt Jones, but he doesn't have the juice on the ball. He's not able to get the ball down the field, which is what you need to do against Detroit's secondary. I think Detroit will outlast the Jags in this game, and you worry about Patterson. He is the instant liability at head coach. Dan Campbell stomps. Lay the 13 with the Lions. Lions winning the cover. Next game, we're going the mile high. I'm loving this matchup. We got the Atlanta Falcons, Kirk, at the Denver Broncos. Falcons plus 2.5. Money. Money, you're not going to like it, but you're going to deal with it. Falcons winning the cover, make it a money pick in a statement game. Back up against the wall. Everyone was on the Falcons bandwagon. Now everyone's off it. I've been on the Falcons bandwagon since week 1. It hasn't been the most comfortable ride, but I am back on it. Now, you got one of the worst coach teams in the Falcons with Raheem Morris against one of the best coach teams in Sean Payton and Vance Joseph, absolutely whipping magic, abacadabra every single week. But at a certain point, there's limits to this shit. Yes, the Broncos have the better defense. Yes, this Broncos defense plays with passion and they'll able the first turnovers. But when you got Bo Nix against Kirk Cousins, don't overthink this. Kirk Cousins is the better quarterback. The Falcons have the better offensive line, and the Falcons will run the ball better. There's just not enough offense coming out of the Broncos, and there are liabilities. You saw the liabilities when they played against the Ravens. Now, I get it. The fundamentals of this game are against the Falcons. Broncos are at home. Mile High is one of the toughest places to play in this league. You got a Falcons team that is stuttering in confidence. But I feel like the Falcons respond. Falcons winning the cover, making a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Los Angeles Chargers. Bengals plus 1.5. Bengals winning the cover. It sucks getting against the Chargers, and I wouldn't bet this. And, you know, how many Alamo games do the Bengals have? The season's probably over, but I do think this team is going to play with pride and respect for the game. And I know Zach Taylor's a liability when you talk about Harbaugh, but I'm going with the most explosive team. And we've been saying all year, and we've been fading the Bengals all year, it's because of this defense. But I feel like against the run, this Bengals defense is pretty decent. They're pretty good in their run fits. The issue with this Bengals defense is the pass rush sucks and the secondary can't cover a lick. Now, I know Herbert's been excelling. Herbert's getting better every single week, but there's just aren't enough options at wide receiver to scare me in this game for the Chargers. I think when you talk about the Bengals, no matter how bad they're playing, no matter how many mistakes they make, you have Burrow and you have explosive options like Jamar Chase. And that's just something the Chargers don't have. That's something Herbert doesn't have. Even if you gave Herbert like a receiver like Thielen or a decent number 2, this Chargers offense would go to the next level. But I do think this Bengals defense will be able to cope. Chargers defense has been phenomenal this year, but I think you can get at their secondary. Bengals winning the cover on the road in the upset. Next game, we're going to Texas. Everything's bigger. We got the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys. Texans minus 7.5. Texans to win in the cover. I like the Texans in the first half, on the first half line. That's a money pick for me. Texans first half. The full game is a little bit complicated, but it was fun betting the Eagles last week against the Cowboys. But we got a Texans team that just isn't playing all that great. And that Cowboys defense was pretty damn good against the Eagles. It's just Cooper Rush wasn't able to do anything. And the big question in this game is this Cowboys offense going to do anything? Are we going to see Cooper? Are we going to see Trey Lance? Does it make a damn bit of difference? Have this Cowboys team quit? I'm leaning towards this Cowboys team quitting. That's why I'm going Texans to win in the cover. But like I said, the reason why this isn't a money pick is I'm really worried about this Texans team. I'm a little bit worried about Stroud. Nico Collins being back does help, but you just feel like this Texans offense is missing something. I know everyone's saying Slowick's taking a step back. No, I don't think so. I just don't get why this Texans offense is struggling so much when Joe Mixon is looking like a top 5 running back. Texans winning the cover, not a lot of science. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. The best gambling show on the internet. Let's get this money. Leave a comment. I love you guys.